dropping by. Nice to see you again. And today I am talking about a new fragrance that's not even out yet. I was privileged and honoured to receive a sample from Liz Moores of Papillon Perfumery of the latest release. It's going to be released in August and it's called Bengale Rouge. Now, let me tell you how it smells to me and what I think of it and how it feels to me. So I've worn it now 3 times properly, like, but I've also done little surreptitious sprays on various parts of my body just to sort of try and eke out the sample and try and make it last a little while, because I've got to get to August before I can order a bottle. There's a clue there as to how I feel about this fragrance. Okay, I've made some notes and I've just done a quick respray on my hand here to get the opening. And this here has been sprayed well over 2 hours ago. So to me, it opens quite sharp with a honey, lemon and milkshake kind of feel. Here comes the cat, which is kind of appropriate, bearing in mind that Bengale Rouge is actually based on or inspired by Liz's own cat, Mimi, the Bengal cat. So it's nice that Sweetie's popped over to say hi while we talk about this particular fragrance. So, opens up honey, lemon, milkshake. There's no lemon mentioned in the notes, however, there is honey and it's kind of sharp and sweet, and you can kind of get the honey without it being a thick and heavy honey. It's made sharp by this sort of lemony feel, which I'm not sure where that's coming from, but it doesn't take long before it starts to get quite warm and spicy on the skin. I did ask Liz where this spiciness was coming from, because none of the notes are particularly spicy, although sandalwood can smell quite spicy to my nose, and that's one of the notes. And there is labdanum and there is benzoin, and they're resinous but sometimes can feel a little bit spicy. And Liz said it was actually the benzoin, which is benzoin that she used, gives off a clove and cinnamon like facets, so that's probably where we're getting that spiciness from. Or it also could be my nose taking the sandalwood and making it feel spicy, because my nose does find sandalwood quite spicy. So it gets warm and spicy, and the tonka really comes out to play quite quickly. And the tonka is quite dominant for a little while, not for very long, but for a little while. But then it gets a bit powdery, and I'm not sure if that's coming from the iris or the tonka, or who cares where it's coming from. It gets really nice and powdery without going mega powdery. It doesn't go talcum powder. It just has a powdery edge, which is really nice. It becomes quite a loud and spicy amber on my skin, and it stays kind of like that for around about, depending on the weather. And I've tried it in the hot sun and I've tried it at work in the air conditioning, and it does really change depending on the conditions you're wearing it in. I prefer it in the air conditioning. I feel like it's a more cold or cooler weather fragrance, but it does get sort of like it becomes a loud spicy ambery tonka fragrance, and it kind of stays that way for a little while. It's very opulent, very rich, and at this point I don't love it. I don't fall in love with it. It's really nice. As soon as I smelt it, I knew that I really liked it, but the point where I fall in love with it is about an hour and a half to 2 hours in, and that's when it becomes cozy, really, really cozy. So before it gets cozy, it reminds me a little bit of Tonka Imperial from Galan, or if you know Towers Towerville line, the vanilla one, Vanilla Flash, is or Fève Delicious. It's in that vein just for that first hour and a half or so. It's in that ballpark. Not to say it smells the same, but it's just in that general ballpark. There's rose in here, but it's not in your face and it's not very loud. The rose is almost like a subtle hint that just kind of floats in the air around the powdery, sweet, ambery thing that's going on. So once you get past that initial sort of opulent ambery phase, it then starts to feel very, very comforting, and it kind of makes me feel like I'm cuddling up with Sweetie and I've got a cashmere blanket and a big mug of frothy hot chocolate with a little bit of cinnamon sprinkled on top. It's just this beautiful kind of creamy, ever so slightly chocolatey, smooth but fluffy feel that is absolutely comfort personified. It is really, really beautiful, and that is the point that this has been stolen. That was the point. After I reached that point, about the third time of wearing it, I knew that I had to have a bottle, and I messaged Liz immediately. I was in that zone of just loving the comfort level the fragrance brought me, and I messaged Liz and said, please put me on the waiting list, put me on the pre-order list. I need it. I need to know that I've got a bottle with my name on it. This is a fragrance that I would probably wear on, I would totally wear it on a night out with friends. I would wear it on any occasion that I want to feel comforted, cozy, or I want to feel like I smell really special and really delicious without going completely to the gourmand territory. It is, to me, I think it is a gourmand, but it's not fully gourmand. It's not like you smell exactly like a dessert or anything. It just has that cozy, slightly dessert-like feeling. Once you get past sort of the couple of hours in, where it gets to that cozy, comforting hot chocolate stroking your cat cashmere blanket stage, it then gets a bit more woody. So you get to enjoy that stage for a good couple of hours, and then it, without you even noticing that the fragrance is changing again, you just get delivered to the next stage, which is this woody stage, and you still get the beauty of the spicy sort of resins and the fluffy hot chocolate and the cat and the cashmere blanket and silk and all sorts of beautiful stuff, but you start to notice this woodiness. It smells a little bit to me like there's a vetiver in there, but Liz has confirmed there's no vetiver. But this sort of woodsy, incensey, quite dry fragrance. It's a combination of moistness in points and the dryness in other points. So it's something that changes in not only the way it smells, but the texture and the humidity of it is constantly changing, but very slowly and without you realizing what's going on. It is beautiful. So you have this fuzzy, fluffy cloud, but it's grounded with this woodsy, incensey dryness, and then that's kind of where it just goes slowly, like you're on a really, really, really long journey through the desert, and it's dry, and it just goes, what I'm trying to say is it goes on and on and on. It does not stop. This fragrance lasts hours. It took me longer than a shift at work. I do 12-hour shifts. It takes me half an hour to get there, half an hour to get back. It took me way past the 13 hours there and more. It's not projecting massively for maybe the last 4 or so hours, but the projection's very nice for a cozy fragrance. It projects kind of like this, gives you a little bit of sillage as you move around for a good sort of 8 to 10 hours, you are catching whiffs of yourself, and then it slowly sinks closer to your skin. Performance is out of this world, and I love the fact that it is that perfect projection. That's not a massive in your face punch, because it doesn't fit the fragrance. The fragrance is comforting and cozy, and it shouldn't be punching you in the face. It is perfect. You just get little whiffs as you move around, and people around you will get those little whiffs and they will fall in love with you. Okay, no one's falling in love with me. However, I think I've fallen in love with myself a little bit more wearing this fragrance, and that can only be a good thing. I think I've said enough. Thank you for watching. Please watch my other videos if you can be bothered. If not, thank you for watching. It was good to see you. Good morning, everybody. I've just woken up. That's a lie. I woke up and then I went back to sleep, and I've just woken up again, and it's now 9:30 in the morning. Last night when I did my video for Bengale Rouge, it was about 11 p.m. However, I'd had the fragrance on my skin for about 2 hours. So that was 9 p.m.-ish that I sprayed it on my skin, and now it's 9:30. So we're talking gone 12 hours. And I said to you it lasted, and I just wanted to let you know that it's actually got still quite a strong presence on my wrist. So I'm just going to swap hands because it was on this wrist. And that is more than a skin scent. It's still got a little bit of projection going on. A little bit. And now it smells very spicy, woody, and it's got that thing that smells like vetiver to me in it that isn't vetiver. And it definitely smells like sandalwood as well. It's still smelling really good, and I can't believe it. I mean, it's amazing that it's lasting that long. So I just wanted to add that to the end of this video, and to tell you that if you like cozy ambery type scents and you're looking for something with really fantastic longevity, then I would suggest you get a sample of this as soon as it's available. I think it's taking the world by storm. I just have a sneaky suspicion. That's it.